Yo, 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 Panther Nation, what's good? Welcome back to Carolina's Armchair GM. I am your host, CJ. All right. And wanted to say, I'm back after missing last week. Went out of the country, went down to the lovely island of Jamaica. And my first out of the country experience. So I missed the Buffalo game. Seems like I didn't miss much. All right. But we're back here for preseason. I guess this is week 3 for us, but technically week 2 for the NFL. And we're going to recap what happened in the Jaguars game not last night, Friday night. Okay. All right. But first, before I get started, I want to let everybody know also something that happened on Friday. My twins, all right, James and Layla celebrated their 17th birthday. Okay. And let me see. I know Layla's not watching. I know James is not watching. But I just want the world to know that I said happy birthday to 2 out of the 3 pride of joys in my life. Okay, I probably said that wrong. But my twins, James and Layla, they turned 17 on Friday. All right. So happy birthday to y'all. Like I said, they're in the house right now. I know they're not watching, but I'll play it for them later on. All right. So I just get everybody wish them a happy birthday. They're going to be seniors in high school this year. All right. And next year they'll be going off in the world, college or wherever they choose to go in life. So we'll see. All right. But now that's out the way. Let's get back to football. But also first, before we get into that, let me also tell everybody welcome. Okay. And as you were coming in, as you're sitting down, getting comfortable, getting ready to talk this good Panther football talk. All right, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. If you're watching me over on YouTube, if you're watching on X, make sure you hit that follow button. Okay, I appreciate all the love and support. All right. Before my goal was to get 2,000 subscribers. All right, now the next goal is 3, and I think we're well on the way. We actually hit 2,100 yesterday. Okay, so big shout out to everybody who has subscribed, and a big shout out to this turkey neck right here, who has been a big part of me getting to 2,000 subscribers. Shout out to the one, the only Pastor Trenches, Velvet Tone, Blue Velvet, your couch scout extraordinaire, my big little cousin, Tony. What's up, cuz?
The name now is Low Tone Tony, LTT for short.
Oh, damn, I forgot. No Tone
Yeah.
Tony.
No, know the name, Negro. Know the name. What's
good with you,
cuz?
cuz? Hey, chilling, man. Chilling. Ready to talk a little bit of Panther football today, dog. We getting closer and closer and closer to this damn regular season, dog. And let me tell you, I don't know about you, but there's still a crap ton of questions that I need answered around this joint. Like for real, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Crap ton of questions. All right, let's get into a few comments here. Kevin Hubbard, what's good with you? Said, what's good, Panther Nation? What's good with you this morning, sir? NH Official, what's good, big dog? How you doing? Kevin Hubbard said, is you a mechanic? I see your toolbox. Well, let me tell you, Kevin, I am a YouTube mechanic. Okay. I'm not a certified mechanic. I do not have my own shop, but I am that person. I will tear anything apart if I can watch a YouTube video on it and it makes sense. If it don't make sense to me, I'll try and figure it out, or I won't mess with it all and I'll get somebody else to do it. But rarely do I but yeah, I'm a bit of a mechanic. I will tear something apart and fix it in a heartbeat. But yeah, but it's crazy because I had the blue toolbox back here that was almost Carolina Panther color-esque. But when I built my shed, I moved that one into the shed. This is actually Janelle's toolbox. This is my wife's toolbox here. That's kind of found its way back here, still full of her stuff. And we're working on the time we're gonna get her stuff out of there, and I'm gonna put a few things in there as well. But yeah, I would say I'm a mechanic. Yes, yeah. He said, "Hey, that's what I'm talking about, big dog. Let me tell you, a lot of people in this world, when you get to looking at stuff and actually take a chance and do some things, you will realize some of this stuff is not as hard as you think it may be. All right. So I encourage everybody, something goes wrong, look to see if you can do it first before you get somebody else to do it or pay somebody else who is more than likely going to overcharge you. All right. Tonyo, what's going on with you? He said, "What's up, CJ? How you doing, big dog?" And like Antonio said, please like, subscribe, comment, and share the stream. I greatly appreciate all of you. And also, he said, "What's up, low tone, Tony?"
What's going on, Antonio?
Hey, you got that right. Yes, sir. Save a lot of money. Hey, and I'm gonna say this while I'm thinking about it. Hey, Kevin, I had to get the wheel bearings changed on my wife's car. Now I probably could have done it, but I didn't really feel like it, so I took it up to Firestone, and they charged me a good little grit for it. But no, actually, I was trying to see what this kind of knocking noise was. They said I needed new wheel bearings, and I was like, you know what? I said I'm gonna go ahead and let them do it. All right, got the car back, got it out on 85, and got it up to about maybe 75, 80 miles an hour, and it was still making that noise. So I had to figure out what was what. And they told me before I left, they were like, you need to think about changing your CV axle because the boot was messed up. I said, okay, cool. I looked up how to do it. So I went and got the CV axle and I pulled everything off. And it was crazy. I looked at the boot. The boot was split in half. I could see the big ball bearings and everything in there. And the funny thing was, I got that CV axle changed in probably less than an hour. I went to pull on the daggone thing, the whole thing popped out, and the piece went back in nice and easy. I heard horror stories about people that couldn't get the CV axle out, they couldn't get it back in. A couple taps, mine went back in flawlessly. And my son was out there with me, and I started staring at the tire, at the car for about maybe 5 minutes. He said, "Dad, you all right?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "I'm just wondering." I said, "This shit don't usually never go on this quick for me or this easy." And in my mind, I'm sitting there like, I done messed something up. I just don't know what it is. I sat there for probably another 20 minutes and checked over that thing about 7 or 8 more times. And I was like, all right, I said, everything is on here, so I'm gonna roll with it. So it's good, but now I got to change the one on the passenger side. So I got to do that as well. All right. King James 864. Good morning, Panther Nation. Keep pounding. Good morning, King James. How you doing? Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, cuz. Cool beans. Oh, all right. And let's get into let me see. Let us get into the slides here. Okay. And before we start talking about this, I want to tell everybody, okay, especially the members, all right, the front office members that joined the fantasy football league last year. Okay, if you are listening, okay, and you did the league last year, I sent out an email, let everybody know the league has been revived, but restarted the league. For the members, I will either make a video or make a members only post, and I will give y'all the link if you want to join. But what I'm going to do is, I've heard from Nakari and Kenny SSO. Those are two I've heard from so far. All right. So what I'm going to do, if I don't hear from anybody here in the next day or two, or hearing from anybody else, I will more than likely go ahead and start removing people. And then I will send I'll send the link out. So all of the members, if y'all want to join, y'all can join. Everybody who's not a member and you don't want to become a member, don't fret. Okay. Because I have another league as well. Anybody can join. The only thing that I ask, if you join either one of these leagues, please join and please play. Okay. Don't be the person that forgets to put their players in, and you got 4 people on the bye week and somebody gets a little cheap ass win. Okay. Please don't be that player. All right. But again, the front office league, I will put a post out for the members, let y'all know if y'all still want to join. If you want to be a part of the front office league and want to be a member, you can still join. We only had 10 members last year. All right. I will go all the way up to about 14 teams. I won't do no more than that. 10 sometimes a little bit like, everybody got great players. 12 for me is kind of the balance, but I will go up to 14. Okay. I will go up to 14. And also while I'm here, shout out to Mr. Kenny SSO, who was the league champion last year as well. Mr. What was your team name? BBL Giver. BBL Giver. Yo, that was the wildest damn name that I've ever heard in a fantasy football league. But yeah, but shout out to everybody that plays. And let me do this real quick. Okay, so for those of y'all who want to join the league that is just for everybody, I'm going to put the link right here in the chat. Okay, so that is the 12-team league that I got going on right now. The members league is 10, but I will up that if more people want to join. Okay, all right, I will mention that again later, but for now, let's get back to some Panthers football. Okay, all right, Tom. So the Panthers went down to Jacksonville, and for all intents and purposes, they laid the smackdown down in Duvall. Okay, beat the Jaguars 34-17. All right. So what are your overall thoughts of the game?
I think it was a decent game. The first team offense moved the ball. They scored, albeit it was going against Jacksonville's second team, or majority of their starters were the second team.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, that wasn't really a concern. I mean, we were missing guys as well defensively. But at the end of the day, I just wanted to see them move the ball. Bryce seemed like he had a better out in this game than last game. I tell you what, I did notice. I noticed the play calling from this game against Jacksonville was similar to the play calling against Arizona. It was completely opposite of what happened last week against Buffalo. But besides that, listen, I was glad to see Robert Hunt and Damian Lewis with first team offense building that continuity, for those five guys up front to be gelling. It needs to come quickly before week 1. All right. So glad to see those guys get involved. Glad to see that they got T Mac and Jalen Coker involved early on. So yeah, overall, the offense did okay. Defense, JJ Phillips didn't start. JC Horn didn't start. Derek Brown didn't start. Devin Lloyd didn't start. So they got a lot of opportunities to see potential backups or rotational players at the spot. I tell you who was a disappointment, Lee Hunter.
I knew it. I knew you was gonna say
I'm not gonna be the dead horse. I'm not gonna say I told you so, but I just had to point that out because it looked even worse this week on tape than it did last week or the Hall of Fame game. So that's what I took from it. I want to see them this week, but that's what I took from Friday's game. Okay. What did you think?
All right, real quick, shout out the cousin Rock Jones. Say y'all don't want none of the coastal criminals. Okay, I like that. Big CC.
Yeah, I posted on YouTube. I don't know why it didn't show up on StreamYard. I told him we'll bust his ass.
Pause. Okay. Now Hunt and Lewis makes Fortner look good. I ain't got no problem with that. Ain't got no problem with that at all. Dom 34, what's going on, big dog? Says smash, like, and subscribe. Yes. And as always, my good friend, Mr. Hunky Door, thank you for the $2 super chat. Said good morning. Feel better about the team / coaching. Okay. I got you, Mr. Hunky Door. And again, thank you for the $2 super chat. Always appreciate it. Let me see. My thoughts on the game. It's a little bit of mixed feelings for me because I'm glad to see that the first team offense was able to move the ball down the field. We may have gotten 2 scores out of the first team offense, but it was like third and medium, I think it was. And I don't know whose fault it was. I don't know if Bryce had the wrong route in his mind, or Bryson Tremaine had the wrong route. But apparently Tremaine, going across the middle, and he thought the route he was going to sit down and wait for the ball, and it seemed like Bryce thought he was going to continue his drag route across the middle, and anticipate him still going, and it was incomplete. Ended up being fourth down. Okay, but defense got us the ball back, and we went out there, and Bryce led everybody down the field. Ended up scoring a touchdown. Jonathan Brooks got his first NFL touchdown period, since he's
Yeah.
been in the
Yeah, his
league.
first
So
one.
first one period. Hey, and let me tell you this. It was funny because the first play was a play action pass. Okay. And the end came off Bryce's right side unblocked. All right. Bryce gave him a little bit of a shoulder shimmy, got past him, threw the ball to Tommy Tremble, picked up positive yards. All right. And what I
Right.
think was maybe a similar play later on in that drive. I'm sorry, no, that was the first drive. That play I just talked about was the first drive. I think in the second drive, it was a similar situation. And shout out to Jonathan Brooks. And I'm not even gonna lie. I'm the one that sits here every time he gets the ball. I'm like, and I see him pop up, and I was like, I bet. Because it's just like I want him to do well so bad, like so bad.
Right.
And but there was a next play, so it was supposed to be a play action pass again. Well, let me tell you, Jonathan Brooks' peripherals were dead on that play, because he saw the edge unblocked, and Bryce was turned to his left to do the play action fake. Brooks took off to the right and went ahead and picked old buddy up and blocked him. And I was like, yeah, that was gonna be a bad day in late August if he would have went through with that play the way it was designed to go. So I say all that to say,
Right.
shout out to Jonathan Brooks as well for that. But I'm glad to see that they were able to move the ball down the field. But I still get a little bit of pause and concern, because it was against the second team. And my thing is, that's what they're supposed to do. Okay, especially against another team's backups. All right. Now, again, we had joint practice with the Jaguars earlier on in the week. Okay. And I have said numerous times that I believe that that Dave Canales and his coaching staff, they really do value these joint practices. Sometimes I think they value them a lot more than they do the actual preseason games themselves. Because
Mm-hmm.
I think the only reason you saw Bryce in that offense out there for 2 drives is because they stunk it up last week against the Bills. If they'd have went out there versus the Bills and put together a scoring drive or two, a touchdown and a field goal, or 2 touchdowns, or what, or moved the ball down the field, these ding dongs went out there and went 3 and out, 3 straight drives. You know what I mean? If they would
Yeah.
have made a little bit of a performance against the Bills, I don't even think you would have seen them this week against the Jaguars, because the Jaguars sat their whole starters, offense and defense. We ain't see Trevor Lawrence. We ain't see what's my man Brian Thomas Jr. Defense. We ain't see Walker. We ain't see none of them cats. We ain't see Travis Hunter. They were all on the sideline with t-shirts on. Okay, so like I
Mm-hmm.
said, I'm glad that we were able to move the ball down the field, but I wish that would have been against the Jaguar starting defense. That's my only thing. And the thing is, hold on, I get back to that in a second. I'm moving forward here. Let me finish with this. But I was glad to see that our second and third team, were able to go out there and move the ball and score points. So that was always a good thing. You got Kenny Two Gloves, you got Kyle Trask, and I'm not even gonna lie to you. I fell asleep. I was sitting right here in this chair watching TV, and when I woke up, the game was over. I remember I had made it through the third quarter. I don't know if I saw Kyle Trask out there playing or not, but I think they called it short because it started lightning in Jacksonville. But yeah. I was I woke up and I was like, hold on, wait, what? I was like, let me take my ass in the house. But overall, like I said, overall happy to see that the first team was able to move the ball. But I would have loved it if we were able to move the ball like that against their starters. Okay, because you got to remember they played none of their starters, offense and defense. Okay. But let me go through this real quick. So game leaders, you had Kenny Pickett, 15 to 25 for 137 yards and a touchdown. Let me see. Jimmy Horn was our leading rusher, but with 39 yards, one carry on the end around, which was a really nice play. And he, when I say it looked like he turned the Jets on, you know, on that play. Now, mind you, I think old buddy still had the better angle. If he was able to kick that leg up in there just a little bit, he may have been able to break that tackle, and he was out. He was gone for a touchdown, but he did get tackled. But a solid game for Jimmy Horn, solid game in the return for him as well. All right. John Mechie the third. All right, we're gonna talk about him a
Yes,
little bit
sir.
later. But let me tell you, if the plan was to target Mechie, they executed that plan beautifully Friday night. Okay, he had 6 catches for 77 yards. Made some good catches, a couple difficult catches. He looked good out there. All right, Pat Jones had the sack. Mike Jackson led in tackles. He had 5 tackles, 3 solo. Okay. Team stats, we outpaced the Jaguars, 385 total yards and 318. They had 2 turnovers. We had 0. We outpaced them 23 first downs to 16. Penalties, we had 5 for 35. They had 9 for 60. Third down, we were 6 of 12. They were 4 of 12. Fourth down, we were 100%, 2 of 2. Jaguars didn't attempt the fourth down. Red zone. Carolina was 4 or 5 in the red zone. All right. In time of possession, we possessed the ball. Let me see, a little 5 minutes more than the Jaguars, 32-50 to 27-10. Okay. So that was the stats and figures and our thoughts from the game on Friday. All right. And let me catch up on some of these comments. Kent Sullivan, what's going on with you, man? I said, good morning, fellas. How you doing,
What's
sir?
going on, Kent?
Miss Uncle Dory said, Fortnite is a big surprise. He's playing with the mission. Let me tell you, yeah. Let me tell you, I like what Fortnite's doing. Okay, I like what Freeland's doing, and I like what Walker is doing. Okay, it was funny. Who was it? Over Sheed Walker. He posted on on X. I don't know if it was Carolina Blitz's clip or Sheena's or somebody's. He reposted it and he was going up against the defensive end. His last name was Walker, but I can't remember his first name. He Is
Trayvon
Trayvon
Walker, I
Walker?
think.
Okay. I didn't
Yeah.
want to get it confused with my man from Atlanta. But yeah, he reposted talking about some the real Walker. I said, oh, okay. I said, oh, all right, you feeling yourself, big dog. I ain't got no problem with that. Just let that show on the field. Let that energy translate out there each and every game we play. All right. Let me see. Don said we need a backup QB. Hell, to be honest with you, I mean, I think we got one. He just got to get back on the field because my thing is this. I know a lot of people don't have all, you know. Let me see, how can I say this nicely? A lot of people don't like Kenny Pickett. Okay. Um, not much at all. All right. But if the Panthers do keep 3 quarterbacks, which I don't think they do, we'll know Haynes King is going to make the roster. Okay. But the thing is with Haynes King is right now at this particular junction, y'all know that Dave Canales, he relies on veterans and experience, especially backing up Bryce Young. I highly doubt that he is going to pick Haynes King over Kenny Pickett at this point, especially since Haynes King has been hurt and Kenny Pickett has been out there playing as well. And I think y'all all know as much as I do, if Haynes King hits free agency, he's not going to make it back to the Panthers. If he hits that waiver wire, somebody is going to pick him up, even if it's just for the simple fact that they don't want Carolina to have a chance to get him back. You know what I mean? So if they want to keep Haynes King, they're going to have to make sure that he hits the 53-man roster. But I don't know if that's going to happen. I haven't seen the Panthers keep 3 quarterbacks in a while. So we'll see. All right. Ronnie Young, what's going on with Ronnie B. Young? What's going on with you? Fellas, all is great after one series, TD drop in the preseason. Thank God. I got you, Ronnie. I got you. Don said, mail time, Carolina Panthers. God damn. He said, it's amazing what a TD drive in the preseason would do for your fan base. LOL. Keep pounding. We may make the preseason bowl if there is one. That's hilarious. It's in the preseason bowl. Rock Jones said the first play of the game, BY9 juked that man out of his cleats to avoid sack. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Rashad, what's going on? He said, what it do, fellas? What's going on, Rashad? How you doing? Let me see. Dream 58. I was happy to see our first team O-line play for the first time. Facts. Facts. And my thing is this: if they can go out there and replicate the performance that they had, against the Jaguars going forward, especially, because we probably won't see them against Houston. Okay, so if we can get the continuity to continue, with Walker, Lewis, Fortner, Hunt, and Freeling. Now mind you, the run game looked a tad bit stagnant at times on those two drives, and then there were some plays where it looked like, okay, cool, everybody's on their business, and they out here doing what they're supposed to do. Because Jonathan Brooks did have a few good plays where he was able to get some good positive yardage. All right, let me see. QJ, what's going on? Say, what's up, CJ? I turned 27 today. God has been so good to me. Jimmy Horn will be wide receiver 3. All right, hey, real quick, y'all. Hold on, let me get to my media assets here. Y'all, make sure you know what? I gotta put a happy birthday song in this joint. But I'm glad to see a fellow. Are you a fellow Virgo? I think this is when it turns over to the Virgos, because my birthday is this coming up Sunday. But let me tell you, shout out to you, QJ. Happy birthday, big dog. I'm glad the Lord bless you to see 27, and I hope he blesses you to see another 5,027 years on this earth. All right. But shout out to you, man, and a blessed happy birthday to you. All right. But let me see. Kenny said, happy birthday, QJ. He said, thanks, Kenny. Fayette Nam, what's going on with you? He said, what's up, CJ? Long time no see. Yeah, man. I was down in Jamrock last week, so that's why I ain't done nothing since the Hall of Fame game. I was down in Jamaica, man. Let me tell you, when I say that's a beautiful island, that is a beautiful island. And they're also still in recovery from the hurricane last year. So it was a lot of beauty, and it was a lot of reality down there too. But overall, it was a great trip, man. But appreciate you, Fayette Nam. I said King has looked way better than Pickett. I agree. But like I said before, you know how Dave rolls. Okay, we know how Dave rolls. I think. Let me tell you, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. If he was to pick King over Kenny Pickett, I wouldn't be mad at it. Not in the least bit. Two gloves has been playing all right since he pulled a Michael Jackson and went to one glove. Oh, hold on. Oh, now he got one glove? Oh.
Yeah, he
Okay.
been sporting the one glove the past 2 games.
Oh, well, shit. Well, you see how much I pay attention to details. Okay, I didn't even think about it. I just assume. Oh, well, shit. Okay, all right, bet. Hunky Dory said, QJ, glad another candle. Glad to add. Let me see. Glad to another candle on the cake, brother. God bless. Yes, sir. Kevin, what's going on with you, big dog? How you doing? He said, what's up, CJ? How you doing, Kevin?
What's up, Kevin?
All right. Let me see. QJ said, thank you. King James said, my birthday is September 5th. Virgo, man, hey. Okay, I got you, King James. Hey, it's funny, though. It's funny. I always tell people all the time, I'll be like, you guys split us Virgos into two categories. You got your August Virgos, you got your September Virgos. I ain't gonna lie. So y'all September Virgos be wilding a little bit. So I'm gonna assume, I'm gonna assume that you be wild. You gonna be talking your shit coming your birthday. So don't fault me for that, because I don't know you more than the can of paint. But if I forget, happy birthday to you too, fellow Virgo. Let me see.
All
Brandon
right.
Wright said, man, we need to go and get Shaq Thompson. Let me tell you, boy, hey, I got a whole slide on that coming up. Hey, thank you for being here, Brandon. I said, hope you put a birthday wish out there for your Tar Heels this year. Hey, we gonna need something. We gonna need something after last year. Hey, you welcome, big dog. You welcome. You welcome. You welcome. Brendan, what's up? Said Kenny Pickett, Super Bowl champion. Okay, all right. Vietnam said, "What's up, Tony? Didn't know you were there." Yeah, you know that's why I call him low tone. He in the background now, trying to get the his oh god, not Teddy, but I said get his Teddy Pendergrass. So I'm thinking about hey, you know, I'm bad with names. I'll think of it later. All right. How many wide receivers making the 53? We'll get into that here in a little bit. And he said, I'm chilled. Okay, bet. I got you. Said it's hard to always catch a morning show because I be at work, but I pull up when I can. Hey, facts. And that's good brother Tone's morning show, the morning kickoff. Let me tell you, shoot, it's hard for me to catch it as well too, because ever since he started, these people at my job act like they want to do a whole bunch of stuff at 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock in the morning now. So, but yeah, I try to jump in when I can. But now that you mention it, hey, all y'all that are watching, make sure y'all go and subscribe to Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk. Okay, that's run by Mr. Low Tone right here below me. All right, and he goes live Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. All right. Let me see. I'd rather have Bobby Wagner than Shaq. Okay, all right. Zip, do it all. What's up, good? My bad. Say what's up, fam. How you doing, man?
What up, Zip?
Yep. Let me see. Okay. Got you. All right, bet. All right, let's move on. Okay. And I think for me, this was kind of the biggest topic, you know, for me out of this game. And I'm gonna say not just this game, you know, but the whole preseason so far. I'll say Bryce played last week against Buffalo. He played this past Friday against Jacksonville. Has he done enough? Okay. Has he done enough? All right, Tone, and I'm gonna let you take that and run with it however you want to. Okay, but I'm asking like this game, the whole preseason as a whole, the practices that we haven't been able to see, but we've got clips of everything we have heard. You know, the joint practices. What do you think about this question right here?
Like what does that actually mean? Like, I mean, what do people want him to do? I mean, what win the preseason Super Bowl or something? I don't know what is doing enough. Like I said, you know, they didn't look good against Buffalo. Then they went out this week and did what we hoped they would do, albeit against second team. But they don't listen. We don't control who Jacksonville or what other team put in front of put in front of you. You go out there and you beat whoever's put in front of you. So you know, when I look at it from that perspective, you know, they went out and did what everybody was hoping that they would do last week. That complained about the play calling, Bryce play, the offensive line. Well, all those things showed itself Friday against Jacksonville. So I don't know what more they want them to do, but I mean, for me, they did exactly what I was looking for. Well, now whether it's enough or not, I don't. To me, I don't think that matters right now in the preseason.
Okay. All right. Facts. Okay, well let me take a stab at this right here. And you know what? And I'm feeling what's the word? Difficult this morning. Okay. So I'm going to say no. All right. I'm gonna say no. As far as Bryce, has he done enough right now? I'm going to say no. All right. And this is why I feel like that. Okay. Because we are notorious for getting off to bad starts to the season. Okay. Especially last couple years. I know Bryce's rookie year, and I'm not saying throw it out the window like it didn't exist. It did exist. It was there. It was terrible, but I'm not necessarily holding that rookie season, you know, against him. Oh, and you know what? Oh, damn, I'm sorry. My bad, popping. I saw you. I saw you come back there, and I forgot about you that quick. What's going on, bro?
What's up now? What's up now? What's up, Tom?
What's good, Poppin'?
Hey,
Ain't nothing
okay.
much
You know
chilling.
what? But before I get my soliloquy here, all right. Let me
Hmm.
ask you this. All right, has Bryce done enough this preseason so far? And I say that because I'm about 1,000% sure we're not going to see him or the rest of the starting offense against the Texans.
Um, nah, I don't think he's done enough. I mean,
Okay.
you had a decent game this time, and then you had a terrible showing last time. That's
Yeah.
not enough. That's not enough for Mister Consistent, Unconsistent Bryce Young. That's not enough.
Hmm.
So no,
I
not
feel
enough.
you. Okay. All right, bet. All right, so I'm gonna get back to my soliloquy here. I don't feel like he's done enough. Okay. And my thing is like I said, we are notorious for getting off to bad starts, right? Um, this is his third year in Dave Canales offense. Okay. Um, like the showing last week against the Bills. All right, there should be no reason at all. Our starters go out there and go 3 drives, 3 and out. Okay. We can blame it on the play calling. Okay, we can blame it on whatever. All right. And like I said, I still haven't even gone back and looked at that Buffalo game like at all whatsoever. Okay. But even this game, I was glad to see him being able to go out there and move the ball down the field with the rest of the first string offense. But again, and like you said, Tony, I know we can't control who Jacksonville puts out there. Um, but I would have loved to have seen that against their starters. Now, mind you, I'm glad we did see it against their second stringers. Because if they would have went out there and laid another egg like they did in Buffalo against Jacksonville second stringers, bro, let me tell you, Panther Nation would probably flip upside down and all hell would break loose. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is, I would have loved to seen a consistent showing over the course of Buffalo and Jacksonville. I'm thankful for the Jacksonville showing, but again, I still got to put that asterisk beside it that it was against their second team. Okay, we went out against the Buffalo's first team, and I know we were missing some folks off of our offensive line as well, because it's a whole lot wrapped into this. Okay, and do I think it's all Bryce's fault? No. But I still, as a whole, with him, the play calling, the coaching, the scheme, whatever they got going on, it would be nice to, to see all of that come to fruition, even if it was just 1 drive a game. Okay. I'm not saying you got to go down there and score a touchdown. Move the ball down the field. Don't go 3 and out like you did against Buffalo. Okay. And like I said, it's good to see that they did what they did against Jacksonville. But for me, it's still a little bit of a, next to it when I think about it. Okay. So that's my thought, because we still have the joint practice against the Texans. And then, like I said, I doubt we're going to see the starters at all against Houston next week. So I'm hoping and praying that they go out there and have one hell of a practice. Because even in the joint practice against the Jaguars, they started off slow as usual against the Jags first team defense. And then they said the second half of the joint practice is when the offense, they finally stood up, stuck their chest out, and was like, all right, let's go to work. And my thing is this, it's just like, why do we keep having to say, okay, well, we started off slow, but we came back in the end and finished strong? Why can't we have more games, practices, things of that nature, where we start off strong and finish strong? You know what I mean? We haven't seen that much at all. I think the only game in the last few years where I can say we started strong and finished strong was the Atlanta game last year here, where we beat them 30-0. You know what I mean? So, but that's just my thoughts on this so far. Not saying that he can't turn this around. I pray that he does. And I say turn it around, but when the season starts, like we need to go. we can't have none of these. We starting off, one and whatever, and then later on in the season, like, oh, we get on a bit of a streak, and then we going back and forth. So, but yeah, but that is my thoughts on that with Bryce. And let me see. Didn't they lay an egg on the first drive though, against second stringers? Well, they didn't go 3 and out. Okay, they got a first down, and on the last third down play, like I said, I'm not gonna hold that against them too much because I don't know if it was Bryce that had the wrong route or if it was Bryce and Tremaine that had the wrong route. But Bryce thought he was going to continue his route across the field and threw it, anticipating him keep running. Tremaine stopped his route off, showed himself, and watched the ball go that way. So that was that. When they went back out there on that second drive, and they moved the ball on down the field. But yeah, I wouldn't say they laid a complete egg on that first drive against Jacksonville. All right. Fate Now says yes, need to go up against some real comp. It's a blend, but it was an all right showing. Okay, I got you. Let me see. Okay. Said Bryce himself is limiting the play calling. I'll die on the hill that he's just glorified Kellen Moore that went number 1. Wow. Okay. Hell, ain't that the Saints coach now, Kellen Moore?
Uh-huh.
Mr. Hunky Dory said, if you got 34 games plus 8 preseason games plus practices, you should know Dave's system and all the plays by now. No excuses. Rookie, yes, they still learning. Facts, Mr. Hunky Dory. I agree. Nader, what's going on? Said too early to judge for preseason. We have problem with other 2 linebackers. Indeed. And it was second team, not first. Yeah, I got you, Atlanta boy. Pay me $1 million and I will know all the plays in a month. Pay me $1 million. I had the plays down in a week. I say that. I know it's not harder than that. It's always going to be ways to improve, and hopefully they can. Yes. Let me see. Why do people think that any of these wide receivers are going to take XL spot? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, y'all can go ahead and forget that. Rare Species, what's going on? So maybe it's just like
They
boxing.
need
Sometimes you
to.
gotta feel your opponent out and then first then strike. Okay, maybe. But my thing is, I need them to my thing. If you got to feel your opponent out, okay, feel them out that first drive and then strike. Don't wait till the third and fourth quarter. You know. So they're going to hate on Mighty Mouse no matter what he does. Welcome to Carolina. So XL makes bonehead plays. That's why. Well, you know what? Let me tell you. I think if we can see a healthier XL this year, from what I've seen in camp, I think XL is gonna go out there and do some things. But like I stated before, Tone, it's going to be his snaps and his reps are going to be even more limited because now you're gonna have a healthy Jalen Coker taking all those wide receiver 2 snaps. So we'll see. Said I swear he always messes up on third down. Said, is King going to have a chance to play Friday? I don't know. I hope so. I really hope so, but I don't know yet. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. And I'm going to let you 2 gentlemen do this because I feel like, especially Poppin, I have been running my mouth since I've been up here. But Pop, I'll let you go first. Now we saw John Mechie had about 6 catches, 77 yards. He was definitely a focus in this game. So as the slide here says, did John Mechie make his case? All right. Y'all let me know in the chat and Pop and let me know if you think he made his case to make this team.
So I think it's 2 things that he might have made a case for. Number 1, he might have made a case for getting David Moore out of here. He had a really good game. They featured only him, it seems like, in the back half of the games. You seen some bursts, you seen some speed, you seen him getting open. Definitely was catching everything that was thrown at him. So he did a great job. But the other thing that he also proved the case is that trade bait. We need another linebacker. Hey, we got Mechie and we need a linebacker. What's up with a swap? So a lot of times when you see teams do that, you have to also think outside the box. It's like, why are they doing that so much? Why are they all of a sudden just premiering you. They didn't try to go to too many other people, other than they went to that running
Facts.
back Brock, which that was a great catch that he did. But sticking on Mechie, yeah, he proved two things. He either can take David Moore's spot, who you haven't really seen much of, or he proved the
Mhm.
case that we got trade bait to get a linebacker in this room. Tell me what you think.
Kind of like that, Christian McCaffrey game against the Rams, where the entire game they did nothing but pass and hand the ball off to him and throw him the ball. And then the next week they trade him.
Right.
Tone, what you got?
I think he's done enough to make a. I think he's made a case for himself. I like what John Mechie brings. Another slot receiver. I know right now they have him and Jimmy Horn backing up Terrell McMillan, I believe, or XL's one of them on the outside. But I like Jimmy Horn. I mean, I like John Mechie in the slot. He's a good route runner, got good speed, got good hands. You know, he has battled cancer and everything, getting up to speed. I think he's just now probably getting his feet wet in the NFL, getting comfortable once again. Back playing with a quarterback he's familiar with. The quarterback is familiar with him. They're friends. So relationships matter. Yeah, I definitely think he's made his case to make the roster. Papa mentioned that he also make a case, to trade for a linebacker. Well, you're not going to get much for John Mechie. I don't know what people think he would bring back in a trade, but I do know a receiver that will bring somebody back. Ain't really done too much. That's easy replaceable. I know Papa don't want to talk about it. That they don't want to accept that fact, but he could definitely bring you back a potential starter. A quality backup at a linebacker position. Ain't that right, Papa?
Who you talking about?
Xavier Leggett. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, shoot, he got a rolled ankle now. He was in a boot the other night.
Yeah.
Y'all think they're going? Do you think there's a good chance they might try and trade him?
I don't know. I don't know, but it wouldn't hurt.
Okay.
If you're looking for a quality backup or potential starter at linebacker, somebody that you can play alongside Devin Lloyd. I mean, you got to spend money to get money. So some people don't like that. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is.
Okay. What up, Nakar? Yeah, I didn't see it show through. My bad, though. Popping you back. I see you came back in.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
Sometimes
Now
the
you good.
app be acting crazy.
All right. Cool beans. I think that I think Mechie definitely made a case. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. My mini split started beeping like crazy just now, but the schedule was coming on. But I think he definitely made a case. But and let's look at this real quick. All right, hold on. Let me share my screen and okay. So let me bring this up here so I can hold on. I gotta get my bearings here. Give me 1 second, y'all. Okay. All right, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to share this right here. Okay. So this is you know what? And actually I'm sharing the wrong thing. Hold on a second. Okay. All right. So this is the Panthers official depth chart. Okay. And I don't know how long this has been up here, but I have been looking for this for a good little while now because the Panthers hadn't put up a depth chart. I don't like I said, I don't know exactly how long this has been here. But now you see at the wide receiver spot, okay, you got Ted, Jalen Coker, and you got XL. Okay. But behind them, you got Bryson Tremaine, David Moore, and Jimmy Horn. Okay, now if you leave if you leave it to ESPN, all right, this is their depth chart. Okay, they got Jimmy Horn, John Mechie, David Moore. So according to this, you're going to have Bryson Tremaine and Jasim Reed and possibly Casey Washington fighting for that number 7 spot if they do decide to keep a 7th, wide receiver. Okay. But my thing is this, there was who was it? I think we talked about this the other day, Tone, on a morning kickoff. Was it Joe Person that put his
Yeah.
53-man prediction out, and he only
Yeah.
had them keeping 6 wide receivers.
Right.
Okay, so he had them keeping 6 wide receivers, and then they had them keeping AJ Dillon. Okay, so
Mhm.
we're gonna have to see, but if the Panthers go how they usually go, they'll probably keep 7, and they're probably gonna keep 3 running backs. So as much as I want to see AJ Dillon make this squad, probably not going to happen. Okay, if history repeats itself. All right, but we got to see exactly what's going on. Okay, but yeah, and let me see, Jasim Reed is hurt, so that doesn't help his case much at all. I think it's going to come down to a battle. Like I said, if they keep 7, all right, if they keep 6, I think it's going to be what you see here now. It's going to be Ted, Coker, XL, Bryson Tremaine, David Moore, and Jimmy Horn. Okay, because you can go ahead and quote me now. You can pencil in Bryson Tremaine. You can pencil in Jimmy Horn. All right, so there's 5. There's 5 that I say I know are going to make the squad. Right now, if you want to add in somebody that is a cut candidate right now, I think David Moore is probably the only one out of who was here last year that's probably on the chopping block at right now. Okay, but to be honest with you, we haven't seen a crap ton of playmaking or plays from David Moore in these preseason games either, unless he made some plays in the Buffalo game, like I said, which I have still not watched the replay. Okay,
Mhm.
but yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But I definitely think John Mechie did make a case for him to make this roster. He went out there and I haven't paid much attention to him until he came to Carolina. So I don't know, the strength of his route running skills. I mean, he seems to be fine. You know what I mean? I haven't heard anybody say anything about, he's a terrible route runner. I haven't heard too many negatives. Besides, like I said, he did battle cancer, and he's gone from, where did he start out with? The Texans, then he went to the Jets. I
Yeah.
don't know if he's been anywhere else, but he bounced around a couple times.
I think
All
he's with
right.
the Eagles too.
Okay. All right. Bet. All right. Cool beans. But okay. All right, cool. But yeah, like I said, I definitely think John Mechie did make his case, but it just depends how many roster spots we keep at wide receiver. If they keep 7, pencil him in. If they keep 6, I still think it's a possibility he gets penciled in, but David Moore is the one who's going to get the boot. But David Moore, he's entrenched with Dave Canales. You know what I mean? So Mechie would really have to just knock their socks off for them to get rid of David Moore. So we'll see. If you think about it, Bryson Tremaine and Jimmy Horn, as Dave likes to say, they bring value on special team. Okay. And they're good wide receivers who can run routes and catch passes. So that's why I say those two are locked in. You go ahead and take them off of that list. It's going to be between David Moore, John Mechie, Jasim Reed, and Casey Washington. And as much as I love that catch that Rock Taylor made in the game the other night, I still think he is really, 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 really on the outside looking in, like way outside. Okay.
Yeah, he ain't gonna make it.
Yeah. All right, real quick, and I'm gonna get back to everybody else's comments. Mr. Will Tip Drill Robinson. He said, thank you for the $5 super chat. Said, Tony, you see our boy XL making the 53.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I see your boy. I see your boy XL making the 53, but I also see that he make a strong trade candidate, Will. Strong trade candidate. Yeah, that's what I see in his near future.
Okay. Hey, again, thank you, Will, for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you, big dog. Ronnie said John Mechie is the true essence of keep pounding. It's also coincidental that John Mechie was drafted by the Texans with CJ Stroud, played receiver with Devontae Adams, and now back with Bryce. Okay. I got you.
Yeah, because he got fired everywhere else he went.
There you go, Papa. He said I'm also I'm unbiased. I don't care what they do with him. Let me see. Wyston, is that how you say? I'm sorry. Said Mingo looked pretty good. Yeah, he caught a bomb from Joe Milton last night against the Cardinals. Yeah. He
do.
I pray for much success to him. It didn't work out here, but I don't wish. He said Mingo caught one TD thrown by steroid man.
Joe Milton is on my list.
Oh, for to come here.
Mm-hmm.
To do what?
You have to wait and see, Tony.
You will too.
And he said Mingo played well in both preseason games and looks good in practice. Hey, well, shout out to him. Oh, Kenny said Tremaine needs to go. Hey, man, let me tell you, Bryson Tremaine been putting in work, dog. I saw it last year, and I don't think he's going nowhere. Let me see. I know I'm skipping comments. He said David Moore is already that special team wide receiver guy. I got you. Let me see. I don't see a way for AJ to not make the team. He's made himself valuable. I mean, we'll get into that. Let me see. Freshie Jones, what's going on? Jaguars will restore Steady Panthers starters. Blah blah. Okay, cool. Well, I guess you are a Jaguars fan, but shout out to you, big dog. I appreciate you stopping through. Look, make sure you hit that like and subscribe before you go. He said, "Congrats, Freshie." Look, we got a request here. Pop Earl said, "Keep Tony straight."
No worries.
All right, cool beans. Let's go ahead and move on. Okay, and like I said, a lot of y'all brought this up. Do we need a new linebacker? Okay, and y'all see the number that I put on the screen there. That was on purpose. Because I think it's our Panthers wire, and I think it was somebody else I read on X that brought up that the Panthers may pursue another inside linebacker before the season starts. Okay, so Tone, let me ask you this first. Do you think we need another starting inside linebacker opposite of Devin Lloyd? We have Trevin Wallace and Claudin Shirelis, who are both battling for that second linebacker starting spot. Okay, so what are your thoughts on this? And if you do feel like we need one, who do you think the Panthers should go after?
The answer to your first part of your question is hell yes. We absolutely do. The second part, there's a number of free agents out there that Carolina should go after. Bobby Okereke, Shaq Thompson, Bobby Wagner, what's the guy that used to play for Buffalo?
Hold on,
I read the list the other day that I saw on X. But yeah, there look, and there's about 4 or 5 free agent linebackers right now, veterans that makes perfect sense to play beside Devin Lloyd. That is definitely better than what we currently have at linebacker. I said it
Okay.
before the draft, during the draft, and after the draft. They definitely should have went after a linebacker um in the draft. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
disappointed that they didn't do that. Now,
Okay.
now we're starting to see the weakness that we have at the linebacker core. You know, Devin Lloyd was not going to come in and solve every problem that the Panthers had at the linebacker position. Even though Claude Chirelis and Trevor Wallace seemed like they're healthy and ready to go, their play doesn't warrant a starting position right now.
Okay. All right, and some of the names here, Bobby, Kirika, like you said, hell, they got Josie Jewell still on here, but I don't know if he's even ready to come back. Bobby Wagner, Jermaine Pratt, Matt Milano, Eric Kendricks,
Matt Milano, yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, Eric
Kenneth
Kendricks,
Murray,
yeah.
Shaq Thompson, Denzel Perryman, who, if I'm not mistaken, we had him a couple years ago and then cut him, and then
Yep.
he went out to the
In
Chargers
training
and
camp
balled and
and
yeah,
balled
and
out.
balled out that season. Ball out. I
Well,
want to say he made the Pro Bowl.
he did. He made the Pro Bowl.
Chris Barnes, who played for us,
Yeah.
interestingly enough, they got Mikael Walker, and some more. But yeah, okay. Poppin, what's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, there's plenty of linebackers they can go get. I mean, I don't know. I'm disgusted with it. I feel like we deserve it. Well, we don't deserve it. Dan Morgan deserves it. You know, for you to be a linebacker and
Mm-hmm.
don't get one, you know what I'm saying? Suffer, bro. Suffer. Because this looks
Yeah.
the finger's being pointed at you. It doesn't make any sense. I don't want no Shaq. I'm sorry. I mean, what he gonna give me
Mm-hmm.
4 games? He's not a starter. I mean, we've had him, been there, done that. We should have drafted one. And oh well. Lay in the bed, Dan Morgan, and watch this linebacker room suffer.
Yeah. Okay. Perryman went to the Raiders. Okay. Gotcha. Appreciate y'all.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, damn, Poppin, that was quick and painful. All right. But yeah, I kind of think we do as well, because I will say this. Our biggest problem with our linebacker spot last year was in coverage. Okay. And I think that we can all agree, no matter how we feel about anything on this Panthers team, our linebackers, as far as coverage, were dog water last year. Okay. Like I said, I appreciate everything that Christian Roseboom did for us while he was here, but he was not good in coverage. Trevin Wallace, I would say, was slightly better in coverage, but still it was still a lot lacking, more to be desired from Trevin Wallace. All right. We have seen so far, I believe, the benefit of signing Devin Lloyd. Okay. I think we've seen that pay dividends already, as far as an upgrade um to coverage as far as the inside linebacker spot. But the thing is, though, you still need somebody beside him who can, and I'm not saying not necessarily match what he does in coverage, but you got to have somebody who's close. And if there's a drop off, the drop off is not that far. Because in my opinion, you got one guy who's doing great, and you got another guy who's falling off the stool. Where's the opposing offense going to attack? They're going to go for the weakness. You know what I mean? And the thing is, if we all know one thing, Ejiro Evero is going to have these linebackers playing out in coverage. They are going to be in this zone coverage. When the ball is snapped, they're going to run for Biloxi, Mississippi, and try to run back to Atlanta to make a play. You know what I mean? That's what I always say about these damn parking lot defenses. I don't know where in the hell these jokers be running at the start of the snap, but they be taking the hell off, and then they realize, oh, the play is back that way. All right, let me go back and try to make this tackle, because I'm not gonna make a play on the ball because I'm 10 yards away from the play from the jump. you know. And y'all know me. I had to throw my parking lot defense jab in there somehow, some way. I do that every single live. But yeah, man, it's just yeah. I think we do as well. You know, I think we do as well. And I think the Panthers know that they do. Okay, because if they had that much confidence in Trevin Wallace, there would not be a competition for that linebacker 2 spot. There would not be
Exactly.
if they had that much confidence in Trevin Wallace. There's no way he'd be battling with Claude and Shirellis. And no shade at Claude and Shirellis, okay, but we have seen enough of him from time to time. It's just like, okay. You know what I mean? I like to, you know, I don't like to try and throw too much shade at too many of these players we got because I appreciate them being on the team. But yeah, you know, for me, Claude Sherrill is not it right now. All right, you know, he could go out there and prove me wrong. I hope he does if he ends up getting that job. You know what I mean? And the same thing with Trevin Wallace. But yeah, like Tony said, we like Tony, remember the other year when when we fumbled the ball on at the center position. Now we did end up with Cade Mays, okay, but Cade Mays was kind of a surprise that we didn't really see him being our start center, and now he's gone. You know what I mean? But we could have had probably a Pro Bowl center for years to come out of that draft, and we were sitting there hollering and screaming that whole night. Carolina, go get a center. Go get a center. And what we doing draft night this past year, Tone? Carolina, get a linebacker. Get a linebacker. Get a linebacker. They went the entire draft and went until round 7 to get Jackson Kawach. Okay? So, yeah. And my thing is, and hell, he's definitely, now mind you, he'll probably make the team, but he's definitely not in that mix to take that starting spot. Okay. So I think the consensus, you know, with the 3 of us and everybody in the chat is that we do need a another inside linebacker. Okay. Let me see. Should have took CJ Allen in the 2nd round. CJ Allen, that was that man from
from Georgia. Yeah,
Georgia.
when I brought him up, people thought I was crazy talking about CJ Allen.
Where did he go to?
The Colts.
Gotcha. Yeah, let me tell you, I'm gonna be every time I see a Jacob Rodriguez clip, I do just like this. I'll be like, you know what? Damn it. But I don't think we were going to we would have had to have taken him in the 1st round because he got picked before we picked in the 2nd round, right? Miami took.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, like 2 picks before us.
Yeah. But my thing is, there was still, even after him, there was still some talent to pick up. But hey. Let me see. Perryman was here during Rule got cut because hitting during camp. Gotcha. So y'all forget we ain't get Mike Jack until 2 weeks before the season started. This is true. So y'all just gotta be patient and trust the eyes work. Trust their eyes work like ours. Man, let me tell you, I'm about to be 44 years old. I've learned not to trust anything or anybody until I see it in front of me. But I get what you're saying. Nicole. I said Papa Shaq had a pretty good role playing out for Buffalo last season, right, Will? Let me see. Shaq was actually almost great last season. Okay. Magneto himself. What's up, JP? He said, what the fuck we lying about today? Oh, black ass Magneto.
Hey, did you get that taken care of, CJ? What we talked about?
No, I did not. I got the got one of Evero with the Juggernaut helmet on, but I downloaded it. I did it at work. It's on my work laptop, and I forgot to send it to myself. What's up, JP? Let me see. That's why our pass rush sucks. I hate this defense. Let me see. Wallace and Shirellis both ass. Man, let me tell you. I can't sit there and disagree with that right now. I wanted Golday or Barton in the draft myself. I've never been on the Wallace train, honestly. Yeah. I I ain't gonna lie. I never heard Trevin Wallace until they drafted him. When they called that name, I was like, who? But
Yeah,
Here we are,
exactly.
a few years later. I remember why I stopped getting on Panthers podcast. Now, LOL, I got tired of those goddamn crybabies in the chat. I'm not an apologist for the front office, but people act like we wasn't starting four stringers. I got you. I got you. Oh, it said 3 years ago. I got you, cuz. We desperately need a linebacker if we want to stop the run. Facts, facts, and in coverage, and in coverage. Now, mind you, I will say this: I do think that not Claude Shirellis, Trevin Wallace is better against the run than he is out in pass coverage. Okay, but we do need somebody that can be good at both. You know what I mean? We absolutely need somebody that can be good at both. There were moments last year where Trevor Wallace did a damn good job, setting the edge, especially in that little run we had where we shut down some of the best running backs in the league. Hell, we shut down Bijan Robinson one game. Okay, then we turned around and shut down Devontae Williams, and we turned around and shut down Achan from Miami. You know what I mean? There was a stretch there where the Panthers' run defense was like, none shall pass. We had a nice little stretch there, nice stretch. All right, but the thing about Trevor Wallace too is he can't stay healthy. The injury bug has hit him both years that he's been in NFL. So, all right. Palmetto money, what's going on? Said need a linebacker ASAP. Agreed. Sounds like a cool watch. It does. Trevin was Dan's first linebacker pick. He was trying to give him a chance, but he's seeing that chance wasn't warranted. I agree. They said, go Dogs. Man, I ain't got no problem with Georgia.
Oh man.
They
Yeah.
could have traded up. What's wrong, Papa? Am I talking too much?
No. I got other stuff going on, kind of put me in a terrible mood. Sorry to be a Debbie Downer
Oh.
on here today.
Oh no, you good.
But that Trevor Wallace, man, I really was pulling for him, but I don't know, man. That shoulder that's corroded.
Because it's been the shoulder both times, right?
Right, both times, back to back. And then I'm not trying to call him stupid. That's not what I'm saying. I wonder,
Mm-hmm.
because of Evero's system that looks so plain Jane on the field, but
Mm-hmm.
is it hard to catch up on, what I'm saying, from a mental to a physical part? You know what I'm saying? Like mentally you might be able to get it, but physically is it hard to put that on the field as well? Because I don't know how many times I've heard linebackers go from the green dot, then take it away, and then try to get it back. Like that was weird from Josie Jewell, from Rose Boone, who don't hit absolutely nothing but air, and then with Trevor Wallace, it kept having like a rotation of the green dot being passed around. So it makes me wonder, maybe he just doesn't get it.
And that very well could be the case. Because the thing is now, I something you said there I thought was very interesting, Pop. You were like, Evero's defense. I'm sure it's probably one of the more complicated defenses, to get. You see what Jermaine said right there. Well, it's
I will
probably
later, JP. I will later, JP. Don't worry.
yeah. Hey, it's probably one of the more complicated defenses. I'm just assuming because my thing is, and correct me if I'm wrong, y'all, but when you playing that much coverage, you got to know where to be. You got to know who to pass off on. You have to be in the right position, and you have to react because the thing is, you're guarding a spot, but if something is going on not necessarily well close to you. If somebody's running your percent, you got to be able, to react to get there in time. And I think that's been the issue with our linebackers in coverage. They're sitting, and then you get a receiver that comes up in that little hole and they sit and it's too late. And I don't know if the case is Evero has the linebackers back too far in coverage, or they just don't react fast enough, or what. So,
I've been sitting here thinking, outside of Mike Jack
mhm,
and anybody in the chat too, what defensive player has really shined? And don't talk about Derrick Brown, don't talk about JC
mhm.
Horn, because they would do great in anybody defense. And except for Mike Jack, outside of Mike Jack, who else has really like elevated their game that Evero has been a part of? I can't think of nobody.
To be honest with that, I would say, now I know everybody gonna tell me to shut the hell up when I say this. I would say, I kind of agree with you. I mean, Nick Scott had a better second season than his first season with us, but I'm not going to say that he, shut the back end of the secondary down or anything like that. But damn, that's a good question, Pop.
Mo Rig can't say Mo Rig either. I say you say Mo Rig. Mo Rig, look how much money we paying. They pay him because he do what he do. I'm not talking about them guys. Like who?
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Scorton.
And somebody did say Scorton in the chat.
I
Said,
can get
did
away
y'all
with
see
Nick Scorton.
Koala Zavala get active against the Jags?
Yeah. Koala Zavala. Should have been.
Oh,
Never mind.
It's been a whole year. Should have been feeling better by now. Oh, Palmetto, Roseboom is in Tampa. To answer your question, he's in Tampa. JP said Evero's system isn't an attacking zone coverage based defense. That's the issue I have with it. Because it's almost like he tells everybody, all right, go sit in the spot and wait for something to happen. And I think that's cool on some of these plays where it might be a 3rd and long or, a Hail Mary play. But every now and then I want to, like you said, I want to see some of that zone, but, I don't even know how to put it in words. It's just, it's like you're just waiting for something to happen. Sometimes I would like to see him go out there and call a defense where they don't necessarily sit there and wait for something to happen every play, but go make something happen. It's like this defense is so heavily dependent on that damn pass rush. Okay, and I think that's been our problem for the last few years. We haven't had that consistent pass rush outside of, in Derek Brown. And then you get Derek Brown to get double teamed all the time. Who else is going to step up? And that hasn't really been the case. Hopefully that changes this year, because it's like everyone's like, okay, we're going to get to the quarterback. We're going to make them uncomfortable. Y'all sit here and then just don't let anything go past you. But the thing is, you giving up everything in the middle, especially if we don't get a pass rush.
That's where they're gonna kill us at, up the middle. Right in the middle.
And then on those 3rd downs, when it's 3rd down and 2, and you got these guys playing 9 yards off the line of scrimmage, I said this before, I'm gonna keep saying this. Me and Tony could go out there, and let me tell you, Tony, if you want to play quarterback, you want me to play quarterback, what? I got good enough knees. I can run 3 yards, make an out route and catch a ball. Now mind you, I ain't going back in the game after that. I'm taking my ass home. But but my thing is, I think me and you could do that against that defense sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So, but hey.
Yeah.
Let me see. Morig has played well. Yeah, Morig has played extremely well. I also think his deficiencies are in coverage, especially when he's covering a tight end, or sometimes when he's playing that big nickel, when he has to cover a running back, or like I said, tight end or whatnot. But as far as him being like a, in the box safety, in that big nickel spot, especially in the run game, he's great. I love it. He is great. Let me see. So I don't know, man. I think our defense starts out decent, but it's on the field a lot. And that's true. And that goes back to the offense. We keep getting off all these slow starts, then our defense is on the field most of the first half. And you want to wait till the second half to start doing stuff, and then your defense is already tired. Yeah. So that's why I say the Panthers have to start getting off to faster starts. They got to start putting more points up earlier in these games. Keep your defense fresh until that second half. You know what I mean? And if there's a little bit of a drop off in the second half, and just say we put up 20, 21 or 28 points in the first half, and then say we can't muster but 10 in the second half, that defense might be a lot fresher going down the stretch than if they were on the field, and the Panthers can't put up but a field goal in the first half. But we'll see. We'll see. All right, let me see. Pro Gamer Wolf said Scorton. Okay. So whenever we win the possession battle, we usually win. Gotcha. So there's a rookie safety that's doing well right now, and I think Cam and Pat Jones will be good. You talking about Zakee Wheatley? Yes. Let me see.
Yes, sir.
Loud Pack Luke said, keep pounding, man. He said, right, CJ, it's too read then react type of defense. I feel you. Let me see. Chris W. We haven't. Yes. Yeah. But you know what? Evero gives off passive aggressive. But it's sometimes it gives off passive and just a little bit of aggressive if he gets pissed off enough. But I don't know. Sometimes I think, let me say, I would love one game this season. Canales get pissed off at that defense and just go. If y'all ever seen the Big Bang Theory when Sheldon and Amy realized they won the Nobel Prize, Sheldon did not believe it was real, and his roommate Leonard slapped the dog shit out of him. And he was like, oh my God, we won the Nobel Prize. That's what I want Canales to go to the sideline. Oh no, not on the sideline. Go in the locker room and just like, bro, get it together. Oh, let me stop talking. T-Mac and O-line look good against Jacksonville. Yes. Albeit against the second stringers. If I'm Canales running tight end seams all day in practice till Evero fixes that area. Facts. Twan, he said Canales must go. I don't know, man. I like Canales. I just think he needs to, and maybe that's why he gave up the play calling. He got to put his foot down, with certain aspects of this team. Okay, because he screams just everything is roses and rainbows, and everything is peachy keen all the time, and nothing is wrong. And it's just like, nah, bro, we get you a nice person, but yeah, you keep it real with us every now and then. Isaiah Simmons is doing pretty good, and Smith Wade as well. I would love for them to keep Isaiah Simmons, but I don't know how that's going to work. I really don't. Bryce scored 6 TDs in the first half all of last season. Yeah. Yep. Hence, we got to get off to faster starts. I agree. Wheatley and Simmons have been our best safeties this preseason so far, in my opinion. Okay. Now, mind you, with that being said, now Tone, Papa, y'all let me know if y'all agree. I would love to see Simmons get start this weekend or this week. I know they probably going to be going up against twos, but I would love to see him out there and get a start, because for the minimum time that he's been on the field, he's been involved in quite a few plays. So we'll see. Let me see.
The Simmons thing, he's fighting up an uphill battle. He might be cut too. He might be cut too.
Yeah, I know.
I wish he would commit the linebacker, but that's not what he wants to do. I get it. Especially when you've been used and abused. It ain't fair.
Yeah.
NFL ain't fair. But I mean, he has a special place on special teams. So, I mean, and yeah, we'll see what happens.
JP, you stupid. Hey, shout out to Will for another $5 super chat, man. He said, what do y'all think of the head coach performance so far? Like I said, I like Dave. I really do. I really do. But sometimes for me, he's just a bit too positive. And nothing wrong with being positive. And I also get, he's not gonna go out here and berate anybody to the media, or anything. But I don't see that emotion, on the sideline that I see from other coaches. All right. Also, I think that now, mind you, that should change this season, but I think in his offensive play calling, he gets a little stubborn. Okay. He wants to establish the run. Cool. But you get out there and see that it's not working, brother. It's time to pivot. It's time to go to plan B. Okay. Or, my thing is, if you get out there and the run is working, stick with it. And I keep bringing this up, even with Rico, the whole Rico thing. I know y'all paid Chuba. I don't care. Chuba come back. Let his ass sit on the bench. Ride the hot wave. The wave was Rico. Keep going with Rico. This is about the team. This is about everybody. Give Rico the damn ball.
Run, Rico.
But you want to know, you get a series, you get a series, you get a series, you get a series. Bruh, all that momentum. Just ball the shit up, toss it away.
Well, the
Yeah.
thing is, a lot of people say they want Canales gone, but y'all the same people that said you wanted the previous coach gone and the previous coach before that gone. Listen, ain't too many great coaches gonna come in here and deal with David Tepper for once. So you got your wish. You got a new coach. Now you don't like the coach. I mean, you
Mm-hmm.
can't have it both ways. And number two, that old what he did last year ain't gonna stick no more because he ain't calling the plays. So I mean, you just gonna have to
Yes.
you gonna have to find a new
Exactly.
excuse, a new struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Because me saying Canales, I want Canales gone, it don't hit the way you thought it was gonna hit no more. It just don't. He's here. That's
Right.
it. The landscape of how coaches used to be, it don't work. They don't have those guys, the rah-rah guys. There's not that many of them left. They're not here no more. They need to retire. There's a few of them still hanging in there. They're just not doing that. The NFL is moving away from that. They just don't. They want that, especially Carolina. We are. I'm gonna tell y'all again. It's family, football, and Christianity in Carolina football. If you have not seen that, that's what it is. That's what they preach here. That's what it
Mm-hmm.
is.
Yep.
That's
Family,
what it
faith, and
is.
football. The
Family,
three
faith, and
F's.
football. So if you ain't on, if you think you're gonna get a coach in here, hey, sit your black ass down, and you ain't getting that. It's over with. So find your next excuse. I'm waiting on it. It ain't gonna
he,
work.
he, they ain't gotta say black. I just sit your ass down.
Sit your damn
And like I
down.
said,
Yeah, they ain't doing it.
and I like, and don't get me wrong, I like Canales. I think Canales has done a damn good job in his couple years here. But I just think that he has some room for improvement
He do.
as well. You know what I mean?
He do.
Yeah.
But do you think
Okay.
an alpha coach gonna come in here with David Tepper? Yeah, all right. Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
now what you think, Tone?
I'm about like popping right now. I mean,
Mm.
as long as Dave Canales' trajectory is going up, and it has been since he's been head coach. One thing that we have been wanting for years is stability. We have that now with the head coach, now with the defense coordinator. Even though so many people want Ivero gone, stability, continuity is something that we've been screaming for years. Now all of a sudden, every time we turn around, they want somebody fired. Well, we're not going to ever get to where we want to get to if we are always constantly firing somebody. Doesn't make sense. So,
Yeah, I'm sorry, Tone. I didn't mean to laugh. I was saying Canales is the Richard Simmons of coaching.
yeah, I saw that earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yo.
Twan don't like he don't like Canales. He don't like Bryce. So I ain't nothing to expect that from him.
Man. Like I said, I don't have an issue with Canals. I like Dave, but it's just like I need him to. Sometimes it feels like it takes him too long to adapt and change. You know what I mean? It's like he waits until somebody walks up to him and says, "Good morning, sir. Would you like this 5-knuckle shuffle to the side of your head?" And then he's like, "Oh shit. Oh okay.
All right.
Well, damn. Let me do something different. Oh okay. I got you. Thank you. It's that's what it seems like. Like somebody got to go, dot him in the face before he's like, damn, okay, let me write this down. I'm gonna do this right now. And it shouldn't take all that. But yeah. Okay. All right, cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to the next slide. Okay, so we got one more preseason game left, and like I said, I highly doubt we're going to see any of the starters. Okay, so what do you guys feel like is going to be the top position battles? And I think we've already talked about one. I think we can go ahead and throw wide receiver in there as well. But do Tony, Papa, anybody in the chat? Do y'all have any other position battles that y'all think are going to stand out this season? I'm sorry, in this preseason.
Go ahead, Poppy.
You go ahead real quick. Handle with something real quick.
Okay. What you want me to give my like top 3 or
Whatever you
what?
feel like. Yeah, just whatever you feel like. What position battles you think are going to be the biggest ones to play out? And you ain't got limited to just like top 2 or 3.
I would say the linebacker position. Who's going to be number 2 beside Devin Lloyd, because right now that is the one that Dave Canales has talked about. I think it was like last week in a press conference that he was mentioned that the competition was open. I think there's also going to be a battle to see who makes, wide receiver 5, 6, and possibly 7. Because we got so many wide receivers, we're not keeping them all. I think there's like 12 or 13 right now on the roster in preseason. So, you only gonna keep about half of those. Other position battles, I don't really see any other position battles. I think the safety spots are solidified, the corner spots are solidified, the edge is solidified, the defensive line is solidified. I think the offensive line is solidified, the quarterback is solidified, the running back is solidified, and the wide receivers, the first 4 wide receivers are solidified. So yeah, the linebackers right now is the only open competition that I see, and the tight ends. Now that you had Darren Waller, are we gonna keep 3, possibly 4? I did a show Friday talking about the tight end position, talking about Darren Waller and Jatavion Sanders. And when we looked up Joe Person 53-man roster, he had Jatavion Sanders being the odd man out, which
Gone.
went right along with what I had just said, So yeah, that those two are the linebacker and tight end. Linebacker and tight end, the two that I'm curious to see what the 53-man roster is going to be once they make the final cuts.
Okay. All right. Bet.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Pop.
Yeah, I'm so glad that Tony said that. The CLT, y'all don't know who that is. That's Coca Leggett and T Mac. We already know that that's solidified.
CLT.
As far as the position battles, I think we still have a cornerback battle. I don't know if they're gonna keep Corey Thornton or Charles Smith-Wade. We'll see if any one of those guys come out of there. I think they're both probably cut after their display of horrific play. Charles Smith-Wade still looking for his ankles, even though he went and got that interception. And Corey Thornton getting burnt a few times. Wasn't looking that great. But they probably got a better chance than the other guys that's behind them. The tight end battle, even though I know he's not a tight end, I throw Bryson Tremaine in there. He's cooked. I don't think he's making it either. I think Kuwatch will take over his position as a gunner or another person that you can use on special teams. And we already know who's 1, 2, and 3 for the tight end. It's Waller, Mitchell Evans, and Tommy Tremblay. So those 3. I don't know if we're gonna carry a 4th. I'd be surprised if we do, but I think that's. I mean, that might be the 4 right there. I still think JT is gonna be here. I don't think they're gonna give up on him because they haven't given up on anybody else that have drafted high who ain't produced so far.
There you
So
go.
it's not in the cards. That'll be surprising. So that ain't gonna happen. And I still think we got a D tackle battle too. With I say defensive end because you got Gibson, or would they be edge?
Edge. Gibson's
Edge.
outside linebacker.
Gibson. Who's the other guy named?
Cam Gill.
Cam Gill. And I like the guy Garcia. Garcia has showed me every single
He's
game.
a defensive tackle though.
Defensive tackle. So
Elijah Garcia.
He might be competing with whoever else is on that defensive tackle line in that room. I think we should keep him. But so yeah, you got Gill and you got what's his name? That's a battle too. So
okay, all right, bet. Hold on, let me now that you say that, Papa, let me pull that up, okay? Because as y'all can see on the screen here, so you got let me see, Bobby Brown, Cam Jackson, Derek Brown, okay, Lee Hunter, all right, he's gonna be there. I'm going to assume Jared Harrison Hunt is going to make it. Or let me not assume. Let me not assume because I think I've seen more out of Elijah Garcia
Me too.
this preseason than Harrison Hunt and Aaron Hall. You know what I mean? So it just depends what the coaching staff, what they see, okay, and how they feel about them. But I do think that there's that battle for that last defensive line spot is going to be one to watch as well. Now with the cornerback spot popping, I disagree with you a little bit because it's going to be Mike Jack, J.C. Horn, it's going to be Shao Smith Wade, Corey Thornton. They kept 5 last year, so and then you're going to have Will Lee. Those are going to be the 5. Caleb Evans is probably gonna get his ticket up out of here. He's been here for the last few years, but I don't think they're gonna keep him this year. The one person I did want to see, I hope that would shine a little bit, was Devonta Smith out of Notre Dame, but I don't think he's quite done enough this preseason to solidify a spot, especially over Will Lee. Okay. You're gonna have Corey Thornton and Shao Smith Wade battling mostly for that nickel spot. You know what I mean? But in the circumstance of need, both of them can play outside. Shaw Smith Wade did not play nickel until the combine. You know what I mean? He was outside corner at Washington State. And
I think he's back on the outside now because he talked about that in the press conference after the Jacksonville game. Yeah, I think he's back on the outside.
Okay, well, bet. They did mention that during the game, but I thought they were still going to have him at nickel. Okay, well, cool. Well, hell, hopefully that'll work out. Let me see as well. Let me get my thoughts on. Let me get this back up here so I can change it around a little bit. Let me go back up here to the offense. Okay. I think again, like we said, that the biggest battle is going to be that wide receiver spot. Like I said, if we keep 6, I think it's the 6 you see right here. CLT, Tremaine, David Moore, and Jimmy Horn. Okay. Maybe there's a battle with David Moore. Just maybe. Just maybe there's a battle with him. And John Mechie. But if we keep 7, I think Mechie makes it right now. And I know we've seen Jasim Reed, and he's impressed and whatnot. But I think, but he's hurt right now too. Kind of that same Haynes King situation. If John Mechie goes out there and has another great game against the Houston Texans and they keep 7, it's gonna be Mechie. Okay. The running back spot, I don't think it's a battle. It's just me champion for AJ Dillon. But I think we all know it's going to be Chuba, it's going to be Brooks, and it's going to be Achan. Okay. Because like you say, Dave Canales definitely values, his people that can play special teams, and you got Achan doing kick and punt returns. Okay. Let me see. I would love if there would be another battle for Damian Lewis's backup, other than Chandler Zavala. But it doesn't seem. It seems
God, get him off my
that's
team.
set. It seems like that's set. Yeah, because they got Isaiah Glass, down here as 4th string with nobody in the middle, and hell, Isaiah Glass had the best PFF rating of anybody on the team. Friday night.
I thought it was Albert Reese. I thought Albert Reese did. Are you sure?
My bad. You're right. Albert Reese. I'm sorry. Albert Reese. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad. You absolutely right. My bad.
Playing right tackle.
Yeah. Yep. Good old Albert Reese. They got Ryan Hayes on here. I don't know if I've seen him play yet.
I can't. Okay. I can't remember his number, but yeah, he's been out there.
All right, bet. But yeah, and like Tony, like you said, that linebacker spot. You're gonna see whether it's gonna be Claude Chirelis or or Trevin Wallace. So it's gonna be Lloyd, Wallace, Chirelis, Bam Martin, Scott, and Kuwatch. I think the other guys that got the names that start with the M. I ain't gonna try and pronounce.
Mwanza is on the international player exempt status, so he's going to make the team, and he doesn't count.
He actually
Okay.
looked pretty straight until he missed one assignment. But he actually looked all right.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Bet.
he's not going nowhere.
Okay. All right. Cool. And then you got the safety spot. I think that's pretty much locked up. And as much as I hate to say it, Isaiah Simmons is going to be the odd man out unless they make a spot for him somewhere. I think he's definitely going to be the odd man out. I wish it wasn't that way, but yeah, I think
So
that's
where do
definitely
they
going to
have
be.
Garcia at, CJ?
Oh, hold on. Let me
SC
see.
baby wipes. What's going on?
Garcia. They got Garcia on the third string behind Lee Hunter and Cam Jackson.
So he still might be able to make it.
He still because like I said, I have seen more plays from Garcia this preseason
Me
than I
too.
have from Harrison Hunt and Aaron Hall. Now I know Harrison Hunt did get a sack in the Hall of Fame game, but as somebody that I've consistently seen show up in every game that I've watched, I didn't watch the Buffalo game, but yeah, Elijah Garcia making plays on that second/third string.
Those,
So we'll see.
those two have shown up better than Lee
What up,
Hunter.
SC?
Let's just keep it 100.
Yep. Let me see. Let me go back to comments here. Will said, "Do y'all remember this training camp? Dave C told the offense and the press to stop crying. It's football. It's a physical, violent sport. We have no idea what he's like when the camera's off." This is true. This is also very true.
Mm-hmm.
It's also very true. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. They might be acting a fool back there, but he turned the camera on. He's like, "Hey guys, everything was beautiful,
I'm
nice
telling you.
weather. I wanted to get out there in the sun. We just never know. I mean, he knows how to keep it under wraps. If anything, he's not going to show you too
Yeah.
much. He's not going to say too much."
Look, so what's up, Curtis Jr.? What's up, Mr. W? How you doing there, good buddy? He said, "Popping, what's going on with you?"
SC.
SC baby wipes.
Said Kenny, one can be little, but not both at the same time. Disadvantage short boy. He talking about Bryce and Jimmy Horn. Yeah, JP, you stupid for that one. But I get it. I get it. Palmer said, "Do you think Ransom, Wheatley, and Morig make Simmons' spot irrelevant?" For right now, probably so.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Tom. No, go ahead. I'm done.
I'm gonna say the only other spot that those guys, the only other spot that he has that those guys don't play is on special teams. I mean, he's fighting to be relevant at the safety spot. They ain't trying to be relevant at this on special teams.
Yeah, that's okay. And that's the problem because you got him, you got Simmons, you got Bryson Tremaine, then you got Felippin. You got all three of those special team type of guys that are, and then like I said, Kuwatch. You got those four, all special team type of guys that you could use on special teams. Everybody ain't gonna get it. I mean, Bryson Tremaine, he might luckily get in there because of his close connection with Brad Isaac. That's Brad Isaac's guy, just like David Moore is Canales' guy. They have their heart. But personally, I when I had this discussion on Sports Talk with Tony, I wanted to see what Felipe could do, and Felipe flipped out because I ain't see him at all this past preseason game, and he needed to show something. Bryson Tremaine running the wrong routes. I mean, don't need, like I said, I think both of them cut because I think Kuwash gonna take one of their jobs. He does both defense and he can play special teams. Simmons, he plays defense and he can play safety. I mean, what I need you for as a wide receiver, if you can't even run the right routes, Bryson Tremaine and Felipe, what I need you for, you can't even get on the field. So I just automatically eliminate them.
Facts. I tell you, Papa, you've been talking with some ferocity this morning, boy. Let me tell you. I ain't heard barely a joke out of you yet, boy. I have to tell you, boy, you've been straight to the point, boy.
Do we need to have an intervention?
I don't know.
Hey.
Look, hey, when we get off the line, tell me where you at, Pop. And I'm only probably about 15, 20 minutes away, dog. I'll come buy you a beer.
Look,
a beer make it worse.
Tap the H on the keyboard 3 times. Tap the H on the keyboard 3 times.
No, I haven't joke
man.
yet. Right. I know. I told y'all.
Boy, hey,
my fault. My fault, y'all.
Hey, I'm just glad we here to help, dog.
It is helping. It really is.
Look, hey, look. I'm gonna invite you by the house, man. I'm gonna get my my uncle shotgun out the closet, and we're gonna see if we can get rid of this rabbit that keep popping up in my backyard.
Yeah, I'm with it. Now I got something a little quieter than that, but hey, we can do the shotgun.
Man, shoot, all the crap I hear around here at night, ain't nobody gonna think a second thing about that. Ain't nobody gonna think nothing, man. Let me tell you, for if not for all the damn dirt bikes, 4-wheelers, and let me tell you, somebody be doing Fast and the Furious street racing out on Statesville Road. Can't nobody tell me anything otherwise. I promise you, at least 2 or 3 times a week. I'm telling at least 2 or 3 times a week, somebody lines up against somebody and they have a race. It got to be.
People don't know, man. Charlotte, like little baby Baltimore. You got dirt bike riders everywhere.
Everywhere. Okay, I'm not going off topic. Have you passed that group? They'd be about like 20 deep, and I mean you would see them like everywhere. And next, all you see, they doing wheelies down the street in the middle. I'll be driving. I'll be like, damn.
And they don't care where they at. They downtown. They it don't matter where they at. They cutting up.
Yep. Okay. All right. Bet. Hey, and like SC Panther boy say, get them likes up, people. Hey, no. Where you been at? Where you been at, Uncle Leroy? I did the giveaway. I gotta do it again now because I told you, send me your address, send me where I can send the thing to. I ain't heard nothing from you, Uncle Leroy. But as far between here, I was out of the country. I was down in Jamaica, taking in the scenery. All right. All right, cool beans. All right, one more thing before we get out of here. All right, stock up, stock down. And I got AJ Dillon's picture up there because I'm champion for AJ Dillon to make the team. But stock up from this game, John Mechie, of course. I think Zakee Wheatley stock continues to rise. Elijah Garcia, stock up. Monroe Freeling, stock up. Okay. Anybody stands out to y'all?
I think you just hit all the names that I would have said that stock is up. Jimmy Horn, stock is up, definitely. So yeah.
So great to hear you say that. Johnny. So great to hear you say that.
Yeah, I mean that's facts.
For sure.
He said in Jamaica Horn is what Magneto. You meant. Hey. Let me tell you, there was none of that because I had that beautiful thing on the other side of this wall by my side the entire time. But yeah, let me tell you, there was some. I kept pounding down in Jamaica. I'm gonna say that. It was. We keep pounding down there.
Yeah,
she gonna get me for that. She gonna get me for that.
What they say? What he say off of? What that dude say to? Never mind. I can't say that. It's a family show.
Hey, Papa, if you see a scene from the movie where they do a snatch and grab when they grab somebody up out the place real quick and throw it back over their head. If you see that happen to CJ while he live, we gonna know why.
They role playing. That's all I'm gonna think. They role playing.
Damn. Okay. You call it role playing. I'll be calling 911 for his ass.
Wait, look, there she go. Hold on. There she go. Sir.
Sir.
Hey,
she
look,
at the door right now. Zip ties, hoodie, everything.
Hey, look, you see my ass go like this. Woo!
Just call 911, dog.
Hey, we did the bamboo rafting, and I had my my keep pounding towel.
Too much,
you know, because
CJ.
it was
Too much.
it.
Too
No,
much
no, no,
bamboo
no, no,
rafting.
no, no. It's
Too
no,
much.
no. Listen. No, I was just gonna say I was representing the Panthers in Jamaica. You know, we took a picture, and I had my keep pounding towel, and I put, I had it out there, and I was like, you know.
That's what they call it in Jamaica. Bamboo rafting, huh?
Yeah. The graphic, I did not need fun. That. I didn't.
I bet.
Yes.
I bet.
No wonder. Hey, Papa. No wonder he wouldn't bring his ass home.
Shit, I wouldn't either.
Boy,
hey, what's so funny? My mom in Jamaica right now too.
Oh, word?
Everybody going to Jamaica.
If it wasn't for these kids and my parents, boy, let me tell you, I probably would try to stay another week. I just went to another resort. Oh God! Hold on, what did you say? I'm waiting for the flying skillet.
Flying skillet. Hey, just blink 3 times, dog. I got 911 on speed dial. Just blink 3 times.
Hold on, no, I need a health and wellness check.
Now, Uncle Leroy, I gotta disagree. Stock up for Kenny Pickett. I have to say that. Stock up for Kenny Pickett.
I mean, he played good. He played good.
Oh, no. Let Panther Nation tell it. Oh, he is like just horrible. He can't do nothing.
He is horrible.
Gerber hands. Yeah, that's what Freddie called him, Gerber hands.
Yeah, he is horrible, but I gotta say when you did good. I can't, jump on you when you do wrong. Can't give you your props when you did right. He had a good game. He actually, what I noticed about him that he played with urgency, and I like that he did that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm expecting other people to do. So good job for the veteran for going out there and showing that. So yeah, stock up for him. Still think you need to be cut, but whatever.
Hey, he said, he did good, but stock down for Nick Scott because he is Scott tissue. Yo, Lord have mercy. Okay. All right, let me see. JP said Pickett has been doing exactly what you expect a backup QB to do. Not turning the ball over and manage the game. Hey, facts.
That is facts. That is facts. Because, the first 2 games in the Buffalo and the Arizona game combined, he was 24 of 30. 24 of 30. Like, how do you not want that in your backup QB? Ain't like he's a starter. I mean, he doing that as the backup QB playing with second and third stringers. You know what I'm saying? So
it's true.
Any of y'all think Kyle Trask gonna make it?
No.
No.
Haynes King will make it before he make it. Kyle Trask is just Haynes here King. to as
he's
as
a placeholder.
Yeah, he's a placeholder. Yeah. He's just
different.
here.
He I heard. Defense. I'm like, man. Shut up.
All right. Cool beans. Let me add Poppin to the stage here. Okay. All right, cool, y'all. I appreciate everybody for joining today. And that has been my little recap of the Jacksonville Jaguars game. All right. Panthers won 34-17. And if you're just now joining, make sure you go back and watch. Okay. The one thing that y'all can do to help support the channel is make sure you watch the videos. If you catch it a little late, go back and watch the rest of it for me. All right. And if you're feeling so inclined and are blessed to do so, if you want to contribute to the channel, you can leave a super chat. All right. You can hit me on my Cash App at ArmchairGMCJ. You can hit me on all social media at ArmchairGMCJ. And I appreciate all the love and support. Okay. So now coming up, we got a game with the Texans. If I'm not mistaken, we got joint practice with the Texans this week too, right, fellas?
Yep.
Yeah, joint practice with the Texans. Yep.
All right, cool. And it's funny because Bryce and CJ are going to be tied to each other, no matter what.
You never say wrap it up.
Got some blackberry cobbler for you.
Hey, look. She don't want no witnesses to the domestic violence. But You know what that means right there. Wrap it up.
Yeah. Hey, let me tell you, if I come back on here for the next month and this is all y'all see, y'all know what the hell happened. y'all know what the hell happened. Oh Lord. But yeah, God. Man. But joint practice with the Texans this week. So I'm curious to see what that's gonna look like, how everybody's gonna do. Again, that we'll see the starters play this week as well. So it's going to be the second and third stringers last chance to go out there and shine and make their best case for making this team as well. Okay. Oh, and also I mentioned this earlier. I meant to mention it in the middle, but I forgot. Fantasy football. Okay, fantasy football is back. All right. And I do have the members league. I reactivated. So if you were in the members league last year, the front office fantasy football league, I sent out an email. Go ahead and make sure you let me know that you want to join again this year. If I don't hear from you here pretty soon, I'm gonna go ahead and start, just taking people out. And I'll put that link in a members video or members chat. And I'm gonna start Discord for that as well. But I also have this here. Okay. So I do have another league, right? And anybody can join. So if you want to join, there's the link right there. Make sure you click it. It's ESPN Fantasy League. I just ask one thing of you. One thing. If you join the league, make sure you play. Only thing I want is to make sure that nobody gets any free wins. I don't want to have somebody who's got 4 or 5 people on a bye week and they forget to set their lineup. Okay. That's the only thing I don't want. If you're going to play, make sure you play. Okay. But there is that link to the fantasy football league. It's right now it's at 12 teams. I will go up to 14. I ain't gonna go no higher than 14. If we got that much interest in it. And to all my members who in the front office fantasy football league, I sent an email out, okay, and I'll make another post about it and let me know if y'all want to run it back. I've already heard from Nakari and Kenny. Okay, I haven't heard back from anybody else just yet. Okay. Let me see. Poppin, Tony, anything else y'all want to say before we get out of here?
Yeah, make sure y'all subscribe to the Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk. I'm dropping the link if you don't mind. Drop it in the YouTube chat. I got it.
Hold on one second.
Yeah.
Oh.
There we go. Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern time. I greatly appreciate it. Because when I do stream to CJ's channel as well. So if you would do us a favor, subscribe to both. Okay. Turn the post notification bell on both. Select all on both. That way you be made aware when we both go live. Again, I'm 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern time. I greatly appreciate it.
And also, before you go popping, make sure y'all go and subscribe to Put Them Paws on Them. Okay? His YouTube channel as well. All right, Poppin', you got anything you want to say?
Yeah, I appreciate you having me up here. Yeah, y'all can catch me on Put Them Paws on Them. Hey, we go live on Wednesday. Man, go over there and check out some of the content, the shorts, the posts. I'm pretty sure you'll get a good laugh. Be me and my boy Bloody. He's my co-host. We just have a good time and just talk about the Panthers as usual. And man, y'all run these lights up on this live, man. It was a great show today. Appreciate y'all having me.
Hey, appreciate you.
It, Palmetto.
Hey, shout out to Freddie, the Ville Kid, for the $5 super chat. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Freddie's show, the Ville Kid show as well. All right. Yeah. Let me tell you, Freddie looks like he's about 11 years old, but he has some great content. Sorry, Freddie, I couldn't help myself.
Jerper Freddie.
I couldn't help myself, Freddie. But yeah, Freddie got some great content, man. Good show over there. Y'all make sure y'all go and subscribe to the Ville Kid show as well.
We snuck him a laptop in, so he got him a laptop now in the juvenile detention center. So he's gonna be streaming real good from over there. All right, y'all check Freddie out at night.
Oh, we'll do. Hey, you know what? And before I get up out of here, let me get y'all an opinion on something. Okay, so y'all know I do 3D prints. I do the hype chain that you see behind me. Well, this one that is turned around the wrong way. All right, but I also have he said I'm tired. I'm tired of you. I'm sorry, Fred. This is my first time. This is my first time jumping in, man. I'm sorry.
But he got his own room now. He got his own room now. He got a screen door on it. So we call him Screen Door Freddy. Yeah, he got a screen door in his bedroom. Yeah.
Hey, but real quick
he gonna cuss me out later.
Yeah. Hey, but real quick, let me get y'all opinion on something. So y'all know I do 3D prints. All right. So this is my latest design. Not an original design of mine, but something I picked up off the internet that the missus first put me on to about a year or so ago. Okay, so I'll make this full screen here. All right, so what do y'all think about this? Okay, y'all know Marvel lore. This is Mjolnir. Okay, this is Thor's hammer. All right, so I got the Panthers logo, keep pound on each side. Got the little graphic art there that you have on that. So yeah, y'all let me know what you think of these. I'm gonna add these to the arsenal as well. Okay, but yeah, let me tell you. Hopefully I give them the big screen. One of these home games when they're doing the keep pounding chat. I'm gonna have this up in the air like this right here. Okay. But all right, cool.
You need, like Quantum said, you need to add that to Red Storm attire if we sweep them this year.
Boy, now you know what? My thing is he already got the one chain. This right here take a lot of filament. I ain't printing one of these for him. I ain't sending one of them for free. Look, he already got that daggone chain. All right, y'all. Okay. Well, everybody, again, thank y'all for joining. Okay. Catch me again. When is the game this week? Is it Friday or Saturday?
Well, that's a good question.
Remember? I don't know.
Hold on, let me look up this.
But I think this is going to be a very intense practice.
Hey,
I think so. I agree with you on that one.
Friday.
I agree.
Okay. Friday at 7:00. Okay. So we'll be live again on Saturday. All right. Said CJ, the new Bob the Builder. Appreciate y'all. But yeah, we'll be live again on Saturday, and we will recap the Texans game. Depending on what I got going on, might go live during the Texans game. See what's up, but make sure y'all join me again on y'all way out. If you haven't, make sure you like and subscribe, turn on those post notification bells so you know when all of our content come out. Make sure you subscribe to Tony's channel. Make sure you subscribe to Pop's channel. Make sure you subscribe to Freddie's channel. All right. And again, as always, Panther Nation, I'm gonna leave y'all with 3 things. Number 1, y'all be good. Number 2, y'all be safe. And number 3, as always, Panther Nation, keep pounding, man. I'll see